Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I am sitting here trying to work on this journal as I get ideas. It's really weird because I'm not used to just turning on my camera as I work. So I come in here and I'm like looking through stuff, and I don't know, the stuff we normally do that you don't put on camera, it takes time. And the next thing you know, you're working on something and then you haven't videoed it. So I knew that when I left off in the last video that I wanted to create a couple more pages for this before I kind of see what direction it's going and want to decorate the pages. I just want to create the pages first. So I got looking through my papers and I found that I had some lined, coffee dyed lined paper, and what I did was I kind of measured the height of the journal, and I cut the ends off of them. And that's right about when I thought, man, I should just turn this camera on. So we're going to kind of try to create a page out of these. And because of the way I cut them, I see this has a rounded corner here and this has a rounded corner here, so I want to put them apart. I do know that if I want a full page to go across, it's got to be 15 inches, okay? But I don't want it to go all the way across. So when I put these two together, they measure about 13.5, almost 14. So I thought if I overlap them would be good, but what would be better is if I actually put a piece in between. So that's what I'm going to do. I had this leftover craft paper. Oh, it is thundering. We are getting a storm. It's been raining off and on. Excuse me, but it's thundering. So I have two puppies in here. One is trembling and one is just trying to hide. So if you hear that, it's very loud. I have a window right there next to me over there, and it is just crazy out there. So I'm just going to cut this strip right here. And I'm going to try to connect those papers with this strip. And I know that they are about 8 3/4 inch long. And all of a sudden it's getting dark in here, so I can't see. So they are about 8 3/4 inch long. It's crazy, crazy. What I want to do is I want to fold this in half because that's what's going to be my center. Okay. And so I'm going to want to put this right here. So I'm thinking there's a red line on this paper, if you can see it. Right here, that I would line this line up with this edge. And if I do that, then I'm not putting it right up against the fold line. And I think that'll work perfect for us. So that's what I want to do. So I want to glue this on this side. Oh dear, can I see that? Maybe I want to fold that on the line. And then I'll glue like that. Okay, I think that'll work. So let's see if I can do this right. I want to leave this like this. I want this to go like this. Okay. But I need to glue on this side. Okay, I think we have it. Takes me a minute to kind of figure things out, but I'll get it. So I'm going to just put a line of glue down here close to that fold. Okay. And then I want it to go like this. Then I want this to go on it right there. I'm looking at the red line now that you can't see because it's kind of faded. I could probably mark it with a pencil, but I don't feel like going through the whole eraser thing. Okay, so then we want to put our other one on this side, about the same. So I want to glue on this side. So now we've got them together, and none of the pages in this book are like exactly the right size, which is how I'm loving it. So let's just see how it fits. So if we put this in, make it in like this. Oh, I love it. I'm kind of struggling with this page right here though. So I'm thinking maybe we should switch this with this. I don't know. I end up changing pages all the time anyways, so all this is kind of for naught. Okay, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of 6. So it gives us like 6 pages, and I like to do maybe 8 because then it'll get really thick when we start decorating them. So we need 2 more pages. And what I saw was, I have another digital, but I also have this paper that I thought might match it, sort of. And it measures 12 inches. So we could do that and then add, I do have parts of, I do have like this paper. I have these papers. These are all purple kind of papers. I don't know if I like those per se. I kind of like these two together. They would go good in there, huh? Or that's too white. I do like this because it's got the brown in it. But I really like this. So let's get a purple digital. I have a couple more of these digitals. I also have these. see. Because I could use 1/2 of a page, kind of. It's funny, I'll bet you guys are looking at the video and saying, oh, pick this one, pick this one. And I do that when I watch other people. But when it's myself, not so much. Kind of like in this. And even though this is a center, because it's all geometric, I think we could extend this page, or we could sew that page, but I'm thinking we could extend it. I'd rather extend it. So if I want to extend it, okay, here we go. If I want to extend it, I need it to be 15 inches, and this should be 11.5, or excuse me, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, so I need 4 inches, but I actually need 2 4-inch strips, because that way I can wrap it around, okay? So I need 2 4-inch strips. So let's do this one like this. I think this is what I need. I say it and then I don't know what I need. I do 2 4-inch. There's one. And I want there to be purple on it. So I'm thinking I might want to do it this way. And then I would have this purple. Okay. And then, so we've got our purple sheet. And if we I'm going to fold it in half, because it won't be exactly 15 inches. It'll be just shy of 15 inches, which is exactly what I want. So we're going to add these right to here like this. And we'll do this one the same way. Okay, so what I want to do though is I want to measure just about, say, 1/4 of an inch. And that takes a 1/2 inch off of each strip. So that's got 1/4 of an inch, just about. This is just going to show me where I need to glue and where I need to connect it. And there's 1/4 of an inch. My wonky ruler goes in right there. I'm going to do the same on this side. Right there is where it goes in. So somebody in the comment box remind me, Tommy, order a new acrylic ruler. Okay, so we got them marked. So I could do it with my glue stick, because then I could sew them, but I think I want to do it with my art glitter glue. So it's hard to see when it's down there because I'm putting white glue on white paper, and then I've got the light because of the storm outside. I don't have any natural light in here because the window's just so dark. Okay, and this doesn't really matter which side. I think I'll do it like this. And I'm going to take this paper and I'm just going to hold it onto that line. Okay, and try to line that up like that. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to run a line of glue right here and right here. And then I've got my line right here marked where I want to put glue. So that way I'm sealing the ends as well. Okay, and then we're just going to fold this over and hopefully, yep, that'll extend our page like that. And we're going to do the same to this one here. There we go, can't see. And then we want to do the same here. Go right across the top, right across the bottom. And then we're going to try to fill this part here. I do not have a steady hand when it comes to this. I watch people use their art glitter glue and they make almost like a perfectly straight line. Psst. Not happening. I'm just going to fold it. Voila! I love it. Okay, let's see how it looks. See if we're close. Oh, I love it. It looks good, and I love all the different layers like that. You know what we don't have though is a full sheet of just the coffee dyed paper, do we? Well, we have this one, but it's half, and it's half because we have this section. So maybe we need to do I need to trim that one down? I think I'm gonna trim this. That'll work anyways, because then yep, I'm gonna trim it just a hair. That way it'll straighten it anyways. It'll straighten the top edge. Okay, and then I think that's good. It's a little overlaps there, but I don't think that makes a difference. Okay, so we put that there. Okay, and I think we need another page. Yep, we need one more page. So I'm thinking we could use another coffee dyed page and just make this the full side, like here, and make the half side go out the other end. So let's look at possibly doing that. Or I have this piece that we could fold. I think that would be okay. It kind of matches the browns, huh? So if we make this our 7-inch and then fold about there, actually, you know what we could do? We could fold it and then make a pocket. Or we could just fold it until we can decide if we want to make that a pocket or not. Okay, so we have this, okay? So if we put this in here, say here, okay, there we go. It's a little tall here, but I think we're going to be okay. The only reason I hesitate to make them taller, unless they're like a half page or something, is that sometimes just regular paper will get kind of scrunched up or folded. So I'm going to just trim a little bit off there. Just a smidge. I'm okay with it being a little short, but when they stick up really high, then it's, when you're flipping pages and that, it can get folded up, and I don't like that. So, okay, I like that though. Okay, perfect. Okay, I like it. I like the height, I like the width. Okay, I think we're to the point where we could start decorating the pages and or making some sort of ephemera, but I think decorating the pages would be a good idea. But I have scrap paper, and I have all the scrap paper, and I thought, see, I brought these out because I thought they would match, but I don't think they'll really match. But I do like this little edge, but it won't fit on all pages, so I have to pick a page, and I'm thinking that single I want to keep it in because the back side of this is white. So I'd like to add it to a page like that, you know, where it just decorates the page. So I'm thinking this might be a good one to put it here. Just because when you open this up, it would be just more decoration right here. However, what I ripped it off of was a page that had turquoise on it, and I do not like the turquoise showing on here. So I'm going to trim this off. This, people, is why it takes me so long to do a journal. Decisions. And I don't make a whole lot in advance. I have, since I started doing challenges, I have ephemera in that made in advance, but I don't normally do stuff in advance, so I make as I go. So I'm constantly, you know, getting ideas, then running out to my computer to print out a sheet or create something, or, you know, do a graphic, and then that ends up being a whole day. Okay, so I'm going to cut that right there. going to glue this baby to my page, and I may sew it as well. Since I have that gray thread in, I think I could get away with sewing this. Oh geez, holy macaroni. I'm like pulling that right off and tearing it. Jeez. Well, let's just see if we can fix it. Can't believe I did that. I think that'll be okay if I just sew up that end. I can't believe I did that. Lifted it right up and... Jeez. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take that over to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew around that. And I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did is I put the edging on and I went ahead and just stitched around this because I'm not sure what I want to do with that sheet. So I put this in here, and again, I'm kind of at a standstill. I don't really know what I want to do. So I think I want to look at our glue book, our Masterboard book, you know, my old math book, see if we have any purple pages or neutral pages that might match this, that we could maybe put together and start and make a couple of tags or journaling cards, just till I can, you know, sometimes you just need to do something like that to switch gears till you can figure out what direction you want to go with this. So that's what I thought we would do. So I've got my Masterboard book, my math book. I better move my coffee or I'm going to spill it. And you know that I usually do things by color, so I'm kind of looking for maybe something that might be purple or neutral. I don't see any purple up here. I do see a lot of neutrals. So, oh, that's kind of a cool neutral, and it has some sort of purple in it. Let's see what we have in the back. These are the loose pages. I don't think I have purples in here. I knew there were a lot of greens. Oh, there's a purple page. And I'm thinking that we could probably get away with making cards or something out of this because we're going to decorate them. So let's use that one. And then maybe let's find a neutral page that I like. Look at this, has purple on the edges. Ooh, there's a purple one. Ooh, this might work. Huh. Yes. Okay, let's use that one. Okay, so we've got 2 pages. Love it. And that'll give us a start. We can cut it up for some tags and some journaling pages. I am excited. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, because these, I don't ever back these, is we need to trim them so that they're sort of straight. And you have to have at least one straight edge in order to straighten the rest. So that'll give me that edge, and if I pull this all the way over, and don't move it before you, I think I need to push it a little bit further in there. Okay, there. Now I should be able to do this side because this edge should be straight. And where's the last one? That's, oh, this one. Okay. All right. And without looking at the fronts, let's just see how big this is. This is currently about 10.5 and 8 1/4. So if I do 3 by 5, if I do 3" here, so that's 3", and then if I divide this in half, about in half, I'm thinking if it's 10 1/2, we need 5 1/4. That'll give us 2 tags. Let's do 5 1/4, sort of, right? Okay. Cool. Then this one, if we were to do a journaling card, we could do 4". Or be 7.5, 3.5. So we do, let's do another 3" tag. And then we could do 2 pretty big journaling cards. Let's see, do another tag. And then divide this one in half, which is, I do not have enough space, people. So this is 7.5. So I need 3 3/4. Something like that. About like that. And that would give us 2 journaling cards. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so these are going to be tags. These will be journaling cards. And I'm going to straighten the edges of this. I have to get one straight edge first. And y'all know that I use my cutter upside down because this little arm right here actually should be up here, but I can't see it when it's up there. So I always have my cutter upside down. And you know what? It's okay with me to have it that way. I'm going to straighten this one side edge here. Then we're going to straighten that side, and then we'll straighten this bottom side. Okay. And I'm thinking if we by 10.5. So we could do another We could do another, if we do a 3-inch, do it this way. And then what did we say, 5 1/4? Let me see if I can tell how big this piece is. It is 10 1/2, so yeah, we need 5 1/4 or thereabouts. This should make 2 tags. And then this, we could get 1 more tag. And then now we have 7 1/2. So we want 3 3/4. Beautiful. Look how that works out for us. Okay. Now, before we move forward, we have to back these. So what I have, and I think I told you guys this a long while ago, I coffee dyed some paper that I wasn't crazy over. That would be like this one. So it's got, instead of being a bright white background, it's a coffee dyed, lightly coffee dyed background. So we can start by gluing our tags onto here. So if we go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, I think we can get 4 like that. So let's do that. And I will sew around these. So I'm just putting them, am I in screen? Yeah, I'm just putting them on my coffee. Oh, I'm putting them on the wrong side. Hello. Yikes. Okie dokie. Okay, we're just going to start at this end. Let's put just a little more glue on. Were y'all screaming at me? Tabby, you're on the wrong side. Well, just speak up next time, okay? Because that could have been disastrous. A lot of times I don't see stuff like that until long after it's done. Well, this looks kind of weird because of this bright color, but see, then it'll be like this on the back. We like it. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put these on. And then we'll trim them out. And then we'll do the journaling cards as well. This will give us a head start on our ephemera for this journal. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to use my cutter and cut right along the side. And if I need to trim it with my scissors after, I can do that. But I'm going to make the main cuts with my cutter here. Yeah, see, these aren't exactly the same size, so we'll have to do some scissor trimming. That's okay. And then honestly, see that? I'm gonna trash it. I've already salvaged the paper to begin with the best I can. I mean, this by coffee dyeing it. So I'm not going to try to save any more than I need to. So now I'm going to just do a quick trim with my scissors. Before I put them over on the sewing pile. That's the good thing about having your masterboards all made. That's why I have them in that book there. And I do make a point of periodically separating my scraps by color and then putting them in the book. Pages, try to keep the pages color coordinated a little bit as best I can. Not exactly, but as best I can. And it just makes it easy. Like when I said in the beginning, oh, let me go through and see if I can find a purple page. That would mean something that's predominantly purple. Doesn't mean it's a purple page, but you know what I mean. And that makes making ephemera a whole lot easier. I never used to do that when I very first started. I would just have a scrap box and then try to put something together, but oh my heck, if you've got those Masterboards already made up, it sure does make it a whole lot easier. Okay. So I hope everybody's doing well today. I kind of didn't even ask in the beginning, did I? I'm really trying to get the hang of turning the camera on whenever I'm in here doing something and seeing if, you know, if it's interesting enough to maybe put it together and make a video out of it. I can, but I'm not used to doing that. Okay, these are done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my tag corners like this for beginners. Anybody that has done this for a while knows this trick, but if you don't already have a template for tag cutting, I just cut the corner, then I just flip it over. Okay, so if my corner came off here, I'm going to just flip it over and cut that same piece. Now it's upside down, and cut the same piece out like this. Now I don't have to do that to all the tags. What I can do now is just hold this tag up to here and just cut it like this. And if they're not the same size, it's okay. Just the angle is what's important. So if the angle is the same on both sides, that's what's important. And if you want to make it longer, you can move the tag down. You can move this down like this. I think I would like that to be a little bit longer, and I will just cut a little bit more off of it. Okay. And we could just keep going with these and cut our Okay, so there we've got quite a few tags, and we're going to go ahead and back our journaling cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me see if I have another piece of coffee dyed scrap paper. I do, right here. So we're going to go ahead and glue those onto that. I do have places for everything, but when I'm using them, I just toss it down and then I don't put it away, and then I end up with a big mess here. So now we're going to just do the backs of our journaling cards. This way, once I get the journaling cards back, I can, let's go this direction. I can then take those and the tags over to the sewing machine and get them sewn. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut these journaling cards out. You know, I said I wasn't going to salvage any of these coffee dyed ends. This one right here is thick enough for me to stamp on. This one's pretty thin. So I am going to save that. And we're going to put all these other little pieces I'm not going to worry about. And this piece as well. This is a nice thick one as well. So I'll save that. I can even that out if I do it right on the cutter. Okay. So now we have our backed journaling cards as well. Okay, so I'm going to take these tags and the journaling cards over to my sewing machine. I'm going to file these away, these pieces, in my coffee dyed paper scraps, and then I'm going to go feed my puppies, and I will be right back and we will move forward. Okay, so I'm back with our journaling cards and our tags, and they're all sewn around. I just used the gray thread. And I just wanted to show you one other thing before I wrap up this video and get prepared to do our next part. But what I did also was I went ahead and sewed around the sheet with a decorative kind of stitching. When you open this up, it's got the plain paper so you can see it. But I did that, and I had already stitched on that one, so I think that might be all I completed. Let me just check. So we sewed around this. Yep. This. Ooh, this is really looking so cool. Oh, and I cut down 2 pages. This one here and this one here, because when I went to fold this, they actually went right to the edge, and I thought once we start to decorate, it's going to get full and it would stick out. So I just trimmed them down a little bit so that they're just inside the edge of the book. So that's where we're at right now. I think that's all the pages I'm going to do. We're going to decorate them. We're going to decorate some ephemera. So I'm going to call this a video, and I'll come back when I'm ready to move forward with this, either to decorate the tags in the journal cards, to make pockets. If I ever decide what I want to do with the inside and this pocket, these pockets, I just don't know what I want to do with those yet. So anyways, I'll be back in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Please like, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell if you want to get notified when I upload new content. Thank you always to my subscribers, past, present, and future. I think that's it. I will see you in the next video, everybody. Bye-bye.